So you found the perfect home. Congrats! And now it's time to make an offer. The seller is asking for $2.5 million. Should you offer $2.5 million? Should you offer less or more? How much less? How much more? If you offer too low, will the seller feel so insulted and walk away? Or will they counter offer and enter negotiations? What if they accept right away? Does that mean you've offered too much and should have started lower? So many questions. Ultimately, the biggest question is, how can we make an offer the seller can't refuse and yet ensure we don't overpay on the home? In this video, I'll share with you 7 tips to give you a better chance to beat competition without overpaying. But before we start, here's a quick intro to me. I'm Nadia Edra, a realtor here in Singapore, and my goal is to help you make smart choices so that you can feel calm and confident throughout your home buying and selling process. Ready for the tips? Tip number 1, get an in-principle approval. Talk to a bank before you offer, actually even before you start looking at homes. This step will assure you of the maximum amount you can borrow, and you can also figure out the maximum you're willing to set aside for a mortgage per month. This gives you confidence during the offer stage, so you know exactly where your limit is. It also gives the seller more confidence to accept your offer. Tip number 2, research the market. As consumers, you may not always have access to detailed market data because the URA website offers limited info on this. So you may have to get your buyer's agent to help you with this step. Find out how much similar sized units in the same condo have sold for over the last 3 months. How often do units in that condo transact? What has been the capital appreciation growth on the home so far? Your agent can even help you find out what the seller paid for the home when he bought it at the time. All this is valuable information to have at hand when you make your offer. Tip number 3, make a respectable offer. If you make an offer that is way too low below what market data shows, things can backfire quickly. Your opening bid matters, so avoid offering $1.5 million on a $2.5 million home. You are unlikely to get a counter offer on that. Instead, you might get the door slammed right in your face and never open again. Always remember, most sellers have an emotional attachment to their homes and the work they've put into it, and will walk away immediately if they feel insulted by your opening offer. Tip number 4, be reasonable about your requirements, especially if you're in a seller's market or dealing with a seller who doesn't need to sell urgently. Try to avoid making too many requests such as repairs, modifications, or changes to the home. Consider the cost of taking care of this yourself in exchange for a fair offer being accepted. Tip number 5, use your own buyer's agent. Remember, the agent you're negotiating with is the seller's agent. He's not representing your best interest. He's representing his client's best interest. You also have the right to representation in a sale of this value, so don't deny yourself that right. Tip number 6, offer above asking when possible. If you found a gem that is listed below your budget, the immediate thought is probably to bid even lower so you can save even more money. Here's a tip. How about don't do that? This is your chance to shine. This is your moment to win. Stand out from the rest and bid at or a little over asking. At the end of the day, you are already saving money because you've bought below your budget. And you've also saved yourself the pain of negotiations and gained victory and peace of mind. Finally, tip number 7, have a second choice ready. Gather the team, yourself, your spouse, your agent, and agree on what happens if you lose this offer. Have a backup home that you will go to next. This reduces the feeling of desperation to get your first choice. You know you have something to fall back on in case it doesn't work out, and it can just help to make you feel confident as you enter negotiations for your first choice. So do you feel more confident now going into the offer phase of buying a home? Just remember, you don't have to do this all on your own. That's why buyer's agents like me exist. We can be by your side every step of the way, so that you feel calm and confident throughout the whole process. I'm sure you're full of questions right now, and I'm always ready to help. You can drop me a comment down below or just send me a text or WhatsApp at 8571-7680 and I'll get back to you to answer any questions you might have about buying your home in Singapore. Bye for now.